So it's like on my page.
We'll see.
I mean, we kind of needed to be on my page.
Well, I guess we're live. We can start this bitch off.
Are we?
Oh wow, it's in there.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back, people of culture, people of COVID. Once again, they quarantine us once again. You know what I'm saying? I'm still thugging out in public once again. But it's your boy Swerve, aka Swerve Cannon, aka Swerve Drumline. You know what I'm saying? Aka Swerve Wildin' Out, aka Swerve Team Nick, aka shout out to Nick motherfucking Cannon, nigga.
Swerve-a-lo?
You said what?
He's
Swerve-a-lo?
a swerve spinning lots of doughs.
Swerve-a-lo, all of that. You know what I'm saying? We got my motherfucking boy, my motherfucking favorite motherfucking Android alien, all of that shit. My nigga Komodo 140283. That's his alien serial number when they sent him down to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? They check on him every now and then to make sure he's coming along with the mission. Soon Raditz gonna pop up. They're like, what's going on? Nigga, you taking a long ass time. We got my nigga Third Eye.
Did he say?
Dude.
He said, Raditz, you've
Raditz
taken
is
too
like-
long, Komodo.
Like, what's happening, nigga? Like, these niggas should have been slavery by now, nigga. But we got my nigga Black Jesus in the flesh. My boy Third Eye, Dog Deuce, you know what I'm saying? He got hair again on you hoe ass niggas. You feel me? He said, just in case y'all thought, you feel me? Let me show you these niggas. Well, look at my nigga with this nigga 10 years younger and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Back,
Yeah,
got the
man.
beard, you know.
But we back in this bitch. My beard still don't connect. Fuck both of these niggas. But it's all good. God bless.
Yes.
His beard still don't connect.
Honestly.
But look, I'd say this. I'm the tallest one though, so fuck you, nigga.
He is correct. He is.
You also weigh the lightest.
So, nigga, everybody has pros and cons, nigga.
All right.
What God didn't give me in weight, he gave me in height. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. He didn't give me the beard, but he made a nigga 6'2". And you know what's crazy? I'm really supposed to be 6'4", but my back is fucked up. My chiropractor told me if I go see this nigga all the time for the next year and a half, he can give me 2 more inches. He just costs a lot of money, so I haven't done it yet. But
oh God,
on God, bro, go see a chiropractor.
What?
My back has compressions in the spine, the middle, and the lower part. He said if I see this nigga, he wants to see me. My back is so fucked up. He wants to see me 3 times a week for the first 3 months, and then for the next 9 months, once a week. But he said if we do this therapy session for a year, he said he can add 2 inches to my motherfucking height, nigga.
I tell him straight up. I said, bro, if you think I'm not gonna measure this shit with the cost of this, if I ain't 6'4", bro, that's your ass. That's your ass. Like, don't let me catch you.
He can show you an X-ray like where your spinal little bones is like extra compressed, and he showed me he's like there's like you got like 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches there, da, da, da. He's like we straighten all these out, it's like 2 inches. Da, da, da,
he told me I can get 2. If I can get 2 more inches of height, I'm automatically a professional wrestler. I'm going in there, a professional wrestler, holding the championship belt. You think I'm joking? Now I gotta see a chiropractor. Let the chiropractor say, see me for 2 years,
bro. Why don't they talk about this shit more in the ads? Like I feel like more people would go to them. Like more people would hit them up if they knew shit like this.
Because the thing about it is, people go to chiropractors all the time, but people go to chiropractors to alleviate their pain, their back pain.
I'll give you that.
To actually correct the spine, that takes a long time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of money. Like,
and the only people that probably try to get the spine recorrected that fast, probably people in accidents, like, you know, and it's just like, we got to do it right now, or she's gonna be fucked up forever.
Like the average person just goes to alleviate pain. They ain't trying to actually correct the issue all the way. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about that? So that makes a little bit of sense. They say something like, whenever you first wake up at the beginning of a day,
you're taller.
You're taller than what you are by the time you go to sleep at night, because over time you standing up or being vertical all day, you slowly get crunched down. But then whenever you go back to sleep, you stretch back out a little bit.
That's so crazy. But I also heard that chiropractors is like low-key pseudoscience, and it's not really a thing.
Nigga, nah, bro.
I don't know, bro.
Broke that shit down, bro. Fuck no. The crazy thing is, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. This nigga should pay me because I've been hyping this nigga up. But look, I'm gonna tell you like this. This nigga was telling me shit about my back that I already knew without telling him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, you can't do this. You have a hard time moving in this. But I was like, damn, like just off an X-ray of my shit. He knew what the fuck he was talking about, bro. And then nigga, like, he really broke down my, like, I be having headaches, and he was telling me shit about my back that I knew. He was talking because like I'm a nerd. You know, I be reading on the computer all the time. So when I be outside, my neck sticks out a little bit. I got a little bit of like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was like talking about how the head is 20 pounds of shit. If you was to hold a bowling ball like that all day long, your arm is gonna slowly start hurting and getting tired, and that's what's going on my neck. You feel me? But he broke it down, bro. I don't think it's suicide.
Listen, bro. Listen. I already know everything you fucking said to be true. And I know why your head is 20 fucking pounds. I know why it is. Literally, no, I've noticed if I do push-ups, like during the quarantine, I was telling you I was doing push-ups and shit more. If I do push-ups where it's like straight down like this and it's not up in a bun, this is literally extra weight. Bro, it's like I have a weight on my back when I do push. It's 100% ridiculous.
Because like I'm so used to holding my head forward. When I actually just do it like this, I can feel my dread. I don't even be feeling the weight of my dread. So I'm straightening them out. Like,
Hold up. Are y'all telling me y'all dreads is weighted clothing like saying?
Yes, actually. Yeah, if I've already noticed, if I cut my shit,
takes his dread. You gonna do like Piccolo, take the dreads off and really fight? Drop to the ground, boom.
Literally
start bouncing around.
If I cut my dreads off, I will be more agile. Jabron will be more agile.
Bro, you know how scary that is to see anybody that's like athletic and strong with dreads? You know how scary that is?
And if they cut them, they'll probably get faster.
Like anybody that's really good with and they have dreads on, it's just like you're holding.
It's not necessarily about getting faster, man. I don't know. I guess it just depends on where you carry your head. You know what I'm saying?
He said agile.
I said agile. I said faster the second time, but yeah, I said agile.
If I cut my dreads, I'll probably just have a better neck posture for me. But you know what's crazy? And not to be on some left field shit. I think hair is actually like antennas for humans. You know what I'm saying? They did the CIA during the MK Ultra era, and Joe, you might know about this because you be reading on that shit. They was doing tests on Native Americans, and so they had, Native Americans be growing their hair out and shit, right? So what they did was they took two groups of Native Americans. One was the control group. They kept their hair, and one group they made it shave their hair off, right? So for several nights they would run these tests while these niggas would sleep. They would like creep up on them on some ambush shit. And they noticed, like, I think it was like 40, 50% more times the niggas with the hair on their head, they woke up when danger was near, and the niggas who had their shit shaved wasn't able to wake up and detect. They sixth senses was off. You feel me? And that's on some, you can look that shit up, my nigga. Like, so I think hair is actually an advantage. Shit.
So what you're saying, that's why when Goku went Super Saiyan 3, he was just on some next level stuff.
Shit.
Because think about it, the Saiyan's hair got longer when they got stronger.
Akira Toriyama ain't know that shit.
How you know?
What's crazy? You know what's crazy? I was reading up on a physicist, and they was talking about how Akira Toriyama low-key was a genius because when niggas power up in Dragon Ball Z, they form craters underneath them, and the physicist was saying that would happen if niggas could exert force. They would have craters underneath them, and they was like, how the fuck did he know that shit?
Like, how did he describe it in that exact way and not in a whole different other type of way?
You know what's funny?
It's very accurate.
That's the weirdest thing to give props to, but once you think about it, you're like, man, that nigga was low-key better at crater formation than fights. Hey, bro, once you think about all the craters they made, you look in your head and you're like, I think that's how a crater will work. I think that, bro, he got crater technology down to a science. That nigga must have had some fucking kind of, I don't know. Construction
for a shit. But yeah, man. So let's talk about goddamn Nick Cannon.
I was gonna say, man, I thought he was gonna pop off with that, but that
Nick Cannon, the racist.
Nick Cannon, the racist,
the real one.
Nick Cannon went from corny, the racist.
You know what's funny? This is one of the best damn examples of what we've been doing the past couple episodes, talking about the difference between good versus evil and how thin that line may be.
There's no evil involved in Nick Cannon's part. The evil is from the retribution. Because Nick Cannon didn't say no. He didn't say no slurs. He didn't say no racial slurs. He didn't speak harm on nobody. He didn't.
But he said some some anti-Semitics.
What was anti-Semitic?
White people are savages.
Okay. Let's stop right there.
He straight up said that. That's funny.
Let's stop right there. How was that anti-Semitic? Because white people and Jews ain't synonymous, my nigga.
Okay, but he said white people are savages. As
They
in,
are.
And the whole argument is if a white person said black people are savages, that would be deemed as racist.
Okay. Well,
I get where Javon's going at.
The thing about that is, as far as it being anti-Semitic, one, white people and Jewish people are not synonymous. Two, I think Nick Cannon was expanding on that, talking about how the original Jews were black. You can read the Bible. We did an episode on that.
Hebrews. He said the real black Hebrews and white people took it. The white Jews.
We did an episode on that though. So we talked about that already. How the Bible's about black people. You feel me? So you know we so. And honestly, if you really read it, you can't deny that. You see what I'm saying? But
that from the opinion we looked at, it was not our opinion, because I'll be real with you. I've never had a full read through of the Bible. So
when you really break it down,
I can't form an opinion.
The proof is in the pudding. But as far as it being racist to say white people are savages, I don't think it's racist, because Nick Cannon don't have, as black people, don't have no power to fucking, our opinions on white people don't affect white people in their day-to-day lives. You know what I'm saying? It might ruffle your feathers, but the white man's opinion on niggas actually affects us. You feel me? Like, white men think niggas are savages. That's why they treat us like that and kill us on impulse. They don't give us no chances. If we think y'all savages, or if we think y'all smell like wet dogs, or whatever the case may be, that's not keeping you from achieving anything in life, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's just an opinion with us. So I don't think that's racist. And two, you got to understand, he's speaking from the point of view of the oppressed people. You know what I'm saying? So,
but said
this a million times. If a nigga
that's the same. That's the thing, though. That's the thing. So if a white person, let's say they were from the trailer parks, Confederate flag, and they said black people are savages, it would instantly be deemed as racist. And then they started labeling things, feeling oppressed by black people, from black people about it. It would be deemed as racist, and that's why it's a whole 50-50 flip and saying, well, that's can't be racist. You
can't. A white person can't back up his argument behind him feeling oppressed by niggas. You can't. You can try, but you can't do it, my nigga. So I can't see it.
Well, a lot of people are saying like BLM movement is new KKK.
Being what?
The BLM is the new KKK.
You want to see this meme? I gotta find.
I know,
meme.
right?
It's a meme of a white KKK suit passing the torch to the BLM.
I saw that bullshit.
How many niggas have BLM lynched? How many white folks have BLM killed? Nigga, like, come on, man.
But it starts with spreading the hate rhetoric.
But BLM ain't spreading no hate rhetoric.
Well, they're saying a lot of people said BLM is talking about black superiority.
First of all, I've only seen Terry Crews bitch ass say that, and he's a fucking bitch. And then
Terry Crews said that?
Yeah, he was talking about I don't want Black Lives Matter to turn into Black Lives Better or some bullshit. But no, the thing about it is, ain't no niggas.
That's what cucks are. That's cuck lifestyle. That already exists.
That's right. That nigga.
I've seen those videos. That already exists.
But the nigga, as far as it being goddamn black superiority, my nigga, like, first of all, black people bringing up race are racist. Black people are superior. We said what?
A lot of white people feel black people bringing up race is racist.
My nigga, like, the thing about it is, even if we are, what how is it affecting you, my nigga? We not hiring you. We not policing your neighborhoods. We not doing shit to you. We over here. And my thing is, and again, I've said this 100 times before, it's not racism. If every time throughout my whole life we interact, you taking some shit from me. If I go to school every day and the same nigga is taking my lunch every goddamn day and calling me out my names, and I'll be like, I don't like that guy, fuck that guy, I hope he dies or whatever. I'm not the asshole, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was fucking with me your whole life. Like,
yeah, but white people have black people. Like, they can't walk in the neighborhood or they get bullied or whatever else.
Rightfully fucking so, nigga. Stay the fuck out of there, nigga.
And they say it's unfair because it's like, if racism exists, then Obama wouldn't have been president. I've literally heard this. Nigga,
for white people to say it's unfair that they can't come to black neighborhoods without getting beat up and bullied, nigga, shut the fuck up. Because for one, why are you even there? Why are you even there? Two,
because they're poor.
Okay, if you live there, that's
then
different.
they're not. Hold on, no, because if they live there, then they're not going to the neighborhood. They're going
I was about
home.
to say, I know white people who've grown up poor, and they don't have that experience. They good in the hood as fuck. Like, they good in the hood, my nigga. I know a couple white boys that grew up in the hood and is good in that motherfucker. It's the white people who ain't from the hood, and it's niggas who not familiar with the hood, who can't even come in the hood. It's neighborhoods I can't go in, that I'm not good in, my nigga. So
I was gonna say also, yeah, that's the whole thing about the hood, is the hood works off familiarity.
Type shit. Like, and your white ass talking about something, I can't go there. So, nigga, it's neighborhoods I can't bring my black ass in, nigga.
And to be honest with you, once you think about it, it's literally the same thing that would happen reverse. Like, neighborhoods work off familiarity. If shit just don't make sense.
But also,
if they see me going through fucking Beverly Hills, I'm definitely gonna get a cop car.
But also, black people sold the slaves to white people.
You said what?
Black people sold slaves and had slaves before white people.
Nigga, let me put my blunt down. First of all, let's talk about this. Black slavery in Africa was always on some shit to where it was temporary, my nigga. It was for a few years because we beat your tribe in war, nigga, and you can go back to your life or whatever the case may be. We wasn't motherfucking making niggas slaves and your kids are slaves and they kids are slaves and they kids are slaves just off of some shit. We wasn't about that. We had temporary slavery. Everywhere else in the world, it was.
So you're saying white people were very innovative.
Generational slavery didn't happen to
Absolutely.
America.
Now, I will give them that. Innovation tenfold. Because that was the same thing I said. We did this on the 4th of July episode when I explained the difference between like slavery in the US versus like Egyptian slavery or some other, or Irish slaves or some shit. In every other form of slavery, they were still looked at as equal humans. You're a slave, but you're a slave either because you fucked up or because you owe me.
It's crazy to me. Irish slaves.
Because I own you, you just owe me some shit and you're gonna work it the fuck off.
Exactly.
Or an indentured servant.
Irish slaves do trip me out, the fact that they know their heritage comes from. And I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, that is cool. A lot of shit. You don't fucking know, nigga.
I was like, you say African slaves and Irish slaves, but you're comparing a very small country, island type thing to a continent.
An island, right? Thank you. Island is like a
continent of people that's blended in from Native Americans, Black people, South American, all these type of groups, all these places, and just say Black, African, and you'll be like Irish slaves, like this. Just the specifics on just saying that, and you don't see it. It does throw me off. It blows.
That's a real shit though, bro. For real though. Just the fact you can say you an Irish slave, because can't nobody say I'm a Ghanaian slave, I'm a Kenyan slave, I'm a Ethiopian slave. We can't say that shit, bro. We got a whole big ass, the biggest continent, well, I guess Eurasia, and that's how you know white people be on some shit, because these niggas feel like Europe is a continent, and that bitch is like the size of Texas, nigga, and it's attached to Asia.
It's two Texases together.
Okay, nigga. So it's still not a landmass of its own. That bitch is attached to Asia, my nigga.
Okay. In all fairness, I'm pretty sure Africa, Asia, and Europe connect, and also
North America doesn't tell. Yeah. But you can see but there's a clear natural motherfucking line to where one starts and one begins. Africa and Asia are separated by that motherfucking big ass gulf. The Dead Sea or some shit. I don't know what it's called. Motherfucking North and South America had that tiny ass peninsula touching the niggas. Europe and Asia don't got shit separating them niggas except for a line the niggas drew up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I mean, you're right.
Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck Europe, nigga. Fuck England,
but,
nigga. Fuck
so
Britain.
how do you feel about Diddy trying to grab? Diddy owns Revolt. It's Black owned, and he's trying to get Nick Cannon.
Was that what happened? Did he try to get Nick Cannon on Revolt?
He said, "Yeah, just go on." He's like, "It's Black owned. Come home."
Not only that, apparently Dwayne Wade and Charlamagne the God are also supporting.
We should all be supporting that man because he stood out,
bro. But he been about this. Nick Cannon ain't never said nothing new. This is stuff he been saying.
But you got to understand, you're right, and this shit a lot of people have been saying. But
I'm talking about Nick Cannon specifically have been saying this.
How many other people have right now, bro? So the fact that it just hit the fan just now, we gotta support the man. But you're right, he been on this shit. He been wearing them little weird ass.
He been talking about this. When Nipsey died, he was like, "I'm gonna continue his movie."
Yeah, 100%.
Nick said that.
Whenever Nick
been in the streets
too.
Nick was one of the first people.
Nick been a real nigga though. I mean, Wilder now to tell you that he stay giving niggas jobs. You feel me? So he
do actually. He do.
Oh, if y'all didn't know, fun fact: Will Smith is the reason why Nick Cannon is the thing.
And that great guy
because he paid it for it. He said something happened. He got an opportunity to meet Will Smith, and like Will gave him an hour, and he did all this stuff for Will, and Will was like, "You're a genius," and not asking anything back. He gave him a 6-episode pilot on UPN. He gave him a full record deal, and he never asked for any money. The only thing that happened was all those things got canceled because UPN.
Did he rape him though?
What?
Nothing.
You say he raped? He said the only reason that didn't happen because the record label stopped putting out records, so that fell through, and the UPN stopped wanting to cater to a black audience, so his show got canceled. But he said,
hey, look at UPN now, nigga, non-existent.
Yep. And he said Will Smith did all that for him, and he just paid it forward. He's like, Will Smith was on some like masterpiece stuff. He didn't ask no money. He was like, you know what? You have a brilliant mind. I'm gonna put you on. Nothing to ask back.
Shout out to Will Smith.
And Nick said he didn't stay much in touch with Will because he wanted to see, even though those opportunities fell through, he wanted to still prove himself and be like, I want to sit at the table as equal.
That's some real nigga shit. Fuck that, man. Fuck. Shout out to Nick Cannon, nigga. Shout out to that nigga, dog.
He been about it. Remember, he left that one show because they said something disrespectful. Then he got on The Masked Singer. I forget what show it was. He was host America's Got Talent. So they said some disrespectful stuff. And he was like, or it was some show. He just left. He was like, all right. He was like, oh, there's a bunch of
nigga I would love to chop it up with, man. Real ass nigga. And I'm a real ass nigga too. So nah.
Bro, to be honest with you, it makes total sense that eventually somebody in Hollywood will come out like Nick Cannon and transform into that over time. Which, to be honest with you, once you really think about it, now listen. Don't think about what I'm saying music equally wise, all right?
All right.
Get that out your head. Get the music aspect out. But he's basically a more aged J. Cole and Kendrick.
Oh,
where do you think I was gonna go?
Boy, I thought you were about to say Tupac, nigga.
Oh, get your fucking no. Listen, we already established. Tupac is a whole different breed. There is no Tupac.
I had to explain to somebody recently that Tupac was real. He was like, nah, if you're famous, you're not that real. I was like, no, Tupac was really that person. And they didn't believe me. And I had to explain to him, like, this is in court dates. Tupac literally said these things and did these things. Like, I was like, Tupac's last word was fuck the police. Like, I was like, this is...
No, it was fuck you.
Bro, this nigga fuck you to the police.
To the police.
To the police.
Directly to the police.
Two white police officers, bro. This nigga, bro, for the rape trial, this nigga told the judge, when he got framed for the rape, the judge was like, what's your word before I sentence you? And this nigga said, you know what? I don't got nothing to say because you ain't been able to look me in my eyes these whole several days we've been here. And even now you can't look me in my eyes. So I know this ain't even about no rape. You on some bullshit, but it's in God's hands. Nigga found him guilty for 4 years. Pac got out in 11 months, nigga. Real ass nigga, bro.
The court system is terrible.
Oh, the court system's ass. But what do you expect? What do you really expect?
The whole police is a goddamn catch-off, a spin-off from the fucking slave catchers. So, of course, the court system's ass. It was made to fuck us over.
It's all part of the same. I mean,
you know what I've been thinking about, bro?
It's a different branch, but it's all part of the same tree. Go on.
We be having conversations that only black people should be allowed in, bro. And a lot of our audience is white. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. Real shit, bro. Like on some real nigga shit, bro. A lot of niggas who watch our shit is white, bro. And we be having nigga conversations, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. It don't sit right with me sometimes, bro.
Corbin Phoenix, a black man. Corbin Phoenix, black man, asked if he can get in on the conversation. And I was like, well, I got to talk about it later, but we don't have many guests and everything. But he is watching. It said something. Because he was liking he was just liking where the conversation was going. Because he was like, everything you were saying, he's been saying.
Yeah, you niggas be on some real shit. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes I be feeling the type of way, bro. Like we be talking about real nigga issues.
Well,
and like,
do you promote us to all your friends? To all your black friends?
I share us on the gram and on the Twitter every now and then. Man. My niggas, all my niggas know I do this, and niggas be watching, but I know it's still a lot of white people that be watching, and it's like,
so
I don't know, bro.
No. I feel you on it. So here goes like the difference when it comes like us as people and everything like that. Whew. You know how much I have to deal. I deal with white people quite a bit. I know you deal with white people, but I deal with on the sense of being trying that guide to explain rhetorics like what you say. I try and like express it in their language to them, right?
You on that Daryl Davis shit?
Yes, very much so. Now, when it comes to black people, it's very different because, like, I feel like when it comes to like the multiple levels of black people, Negroes, Moors, African Americans, whatever you want to call them, it's very different, right? Like you can say some stuff and they can feel it, but a lot of times they be like, I don't know, because at the same time I look at it, I've seen some black people disagree with Nick Cannon, disagree with Kanye West, disagree with like even Tupac in that sense, right? Or even, but like when the white man makes an image for them to accept, like MLK, they can accept it. You see what I'm saying?
That's real.
But because I've noticed a lot of other podcasts and a lot of people that when they say real things and when it's black thought being expressed, and that's why I defend Kanye and Nick Cannon and people like that, because these are black thoughts growing out of the oppression that systematic racism has instilled in them. And it makes people uncomfortable when a black person starts pondering and speaking their mind.
Or not saying what they would already expect you to say.
Right? Like we can accept Alex Jones so much easier than we can accept Kanye West.
Because when niggas get to talking and spitting that real shit, it makes white people scared because white people, even the common white man, you watching this shit right now, you white man, it makes white men motherfucking scared because white people, without even realizing it, their whole sense of security is dependent on white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? So when niggas talking about that shit, it threatens the system of white supremacy and threatens their livelihood. Yes, you white man, threatens your livelihood, my nigga. So that's why they get uncomfortable when niggas get to talking that real shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what you were saying about some niggas be agreeing with these niggas, it's because black people, unfortunately, one, we're not a monolith. And two, we in America, and in America has been trying to program and brainwash us for 400-500 years, and it's been successful on some niggas.
Did you see on the PLC Twitter was posted today? It was like Trump supporters is that unity that black people always talk about wanting to have.
Hey, that's a real shit though. That's a real shit.
But it is. Trump, it doesn't matter how Trump acts, they ride for him. We do not do that. If a black person does one little thing, we question them instantly.
Listen, bro. It's not our fault.
Right.
Okay. It's really not. Let's not act like this is our fault. And that right there alone is a thought that needs to get out of every black person's head, is you feeling guilty about that, because it's not your fault. That's part of the brainwashing. Let's not act like that hasn't happened in the past multiple different times in multiple different decades. I mean, you can go and you could bring up Black Panther shit. You could bring up something as easy as a Million Man March, but you don't hear about neither one of them that much anymore. And if you do hear about the Black Panthers now, it's the bad Black Panthers. Yeah. So it's all been manipulated and shit.
But also when it comes to like
at this point to not be in that sense. Hell, me and I think even you talked about the philosophy that honestly, a lot of black men are just trained not to work in groups.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you see?
I be saying that all the time. Literally, I be saying this stuff about unity and expressing stuff to J-Ray all the time. I be saying this. I be like, bro, but it's based on like the systematic racism. The only time you see black people together in groups is for church.
Man, let's talk about church, nigga.
Now, let's go ahead and just segue into this. I'll just segue into it with a question.
Okay. Right. Oh, right.
When it comes to the church thing, and it comes to a little bit of the control thing we talked about, and a little bit of the fact that that's the only place you see them coming together. I don't know. What else could you inform me about that? It seems like you had something to go on.
All right, I'm gonna say this, and I'm just gonna say it one time. Church is gay as fuck, literally.
Wow. You know what's funny? Now that sounds like a quote Tyler the Creator would have said in 2011. I could hear it in his voice almost. Oh my God. Anyways, go on.
I would say this disclaimer. What I'm about to say right now, these are not my original thoughts, but I agree with you. I saw this on some video and I really agree with him. So I want to say that first before I begin. But the video broke it down. So I'm gonna just break it down to my best ability. But this is what this nigga was saying, bro. And I wish I knew what I was. It was so old. But everything he was saying was dead on the head. But anyway, I'm going in. So with the church, I'm gonna throw some of my original thoughts in there too. So disclaimer again. Whoever you is who made the video. But anyway, so with the church, man, it's gay as fuck for niggas, but the whole issue with church, you never see no real shit. You never see no real niggas in church. When you go to church, you don't see no real niggas. You never see a real nigga in church, dog. As a grown ass man, or very, very, very rarely. I'm not gonna say never. It's just rare. It's very rare. You see real, just strong, gangster niggas in church. You feel me? Like, and not even gangster, just solid, admirable niggas.
So that's weird. So that's a weird concept because like
I want to hear where this is going.
Because I can add to that. For the better lack of words, everybody deemed my father as a why'd I quote my father? Quote, real ass nigga. There we go. That's the quote.
That is a real nigga though. He was.
But
I said rare though. Rare.
He didn't go, but here's the thing. He didn't go to church. He said, my church is the streets.
Real nigga.
And he was in the worst killing parts of Chicago all across the world. He'd be out there with a megaphone, speaker, preaching. He'd be out there and he'd pull up. He painted his van, his bus, his limo, and all his vehicles was painted. Jesus in the answer, stop the killing, love is life, all this stuff. And he rode around. He literally lived. He was like, he never technically stopped preaching, but he didn't really go to church like that. Like he would go if he was invited, because preacher invited. But his church was the streets.
That's a real nigga.
That sounds like a missionary almost.
Well, no, because he didn't take them or try and say they were wrong. He just tried to educate, right? And that's what he did. Like when he fed the poor, I don't remember him just straight up preaching. He was like church. They had the church, they preached and everything else. And he went there. He had gangsters knew him. Black Stone, gangster disciples, black disciples. They knew him. He was everywhere. He did these things, but he did say the streets was it. He went to the worst parts. He didn't go to the best parts. And then when he was offered, because he had plenty of church people asking, oh, blah, blah, blah. And he called them out for being fake. He called out a lot of fake preachers. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of preachers got real with him. He was like, yeah, this is how I live. Like people get mad at Mace, the rapper Mace, for making money off the church, but that's a normal hustle.
Hell yeah.
Preacher's not supposed to say that.
But look,
yeah. I mean,
your dad sound like a great nigga, man. So, but that's Christ-like. That's actually Christ-like. Because Jesus wrote with killers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jesus was really in the bricks. You feel me?
He did. But you're right. You didn't see him really in the church. That's why
the one time I think Jesus in the Bible anyway, they mentioned him going to church twice. One when he was a kid to study. Second time he was a grown-ass man. He walked in and flipped shit over. Like, what the fuck y'all doing? But
that's my favorite time.
Yeah, Jesus turned that bitch up, nigga. But man, what was I saying, dog? But your father was real Christ-like, bro, because like I said, Jesus was really doing that shit. A nigga walked up on Jesus the wrong way, his partner cut the nigga ear off. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't walk up on us, bitch. But so
he didn't care about saving people. He just cared about getting the word out. And that was really what shocked. He cared about helping and getting the word out. But he didn't care about saving, because more preachers, it's all about, we saved 10 people today. It's like a quota. He never said it like that.
I don't feel like that with most preachers. Most preachers be like, we got 10 niggas to join our church type shit.
No, but that's the other way you say it though. We just say 10 people as in they got to join church. As in they don't have non-saved joining the church.
You know, but look, so as far as the whole church being gay, it's like you don't really see too many real niggas in church, because it's like this. When you think about it, let's just think about church as for what it is right now. We can talk about how the master gave it to us and all that shit, but for what it is right now, church has become a fashion show, of course. But when you go to church, you got this man up there preaching, bro, and this man up there talking to you and talking to these women, telling them this good shit. You know what I'm saying? And women up there putting their best clothes on, nigga, they best suits, 3 pieces, goddamn. Coordinating cuts, getting their hair done.
Don't let it be
Easter is a fashion show.
So don't let it be Easter.
Easter is, but every Sunday on the cool, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm saying it's gay because it's like this. When you go to church, and I've been to church a lot because I grew up in a Christian household, you know what I'm saying? And I've lived in households that go to church, you know what I'm saying, as an adult. But it's like, when you go to church, it's this nigga up there talking. You just gotta really break it down for what it is, bro. Don't no nigga, honestly, bro, don't no nigga want no other man talking to their woman, telling them how she should live and what she should be doing and all the extra shit. That's your motherfucking job. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you don't see no real niggas in church like that. You don't see no real just independent niggas and hustlers and niggas who live in their life. When you go to church, the niggas in that bitch on some real nigga shit. No disrespect if you a man to go to church. I'm not talking about all of y'all. I'm talking about most niggas in church. They either be the gay niggas who direct the choir, or they be these little just bitch ass niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for real though, for real, 60% of the time. And it's like, and the rest of the audience be women and children, bro. Honestly, most of the church population is women and children. And these women are going to church to see this man give them direction, because women naturally crave direction from a man. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have that. They don't have no nigga in their life giving it to them. So they got to go to church and get this man to give them their direction and the fatherhood and the structure. And that's why they go home and teach their kids this shit that this man was preaching on stage, because that's the man structure that they naturally crave. And that's why niggas don't be going to church like that, because we don't need that shit. I don't need no nigga to tell me what the fuck to do with myself. You feel me? So, and honestly, so then
I'm only laughing because this is
real shit.
Flawless.
So
it's flawless,
bro. It's gay as hell, bro, because it's like, I don't need no nigga telling me what to do. And then but look. So then you got this man who's giving your woman direction, giving your children direction. And the only reason I say weak ass niggas families go to church, because it's like, if you giving your family and your woman direction, my nigga, you don't need to do that. If you're a Christian man, you don't got to go to church, nigga. You should be preaching the motherfucking Bible to your woman. If that's what you believe in, you should be giving that direction and that knowledge to your seeds and your woman, bro. But since you can't do that, that void is going unfulfilled. So now she has to go to church and get it. And now she putting on her best clothes, nigga. The dress that fit the ass just right. Because subliminally, she wants to get noticed by the motherfucking pastor, my nigga. Because nigga, look, think about it. It's so structured. Look, it's so structured like this. Think about it.
This nigga preaching to us.
The pastor has a fucking cool table, nigga. The pulpit. Only the 8 chosen niggas get the shit behind the pastor, and look at the rest of y'all niggas in church. And the rest of y'all niggas and when a nigga move up to the pulpit, it be a ceremony. He called nigga up. Hey, this the new deacon, We christening the ceremony. This nigga now, he part of the cool club, and he up here sitting with me. And the bitches be up there sitting in the front row. Yes, pastor, because they want the pastor to see them and notice them and choose them, nigga. You feel me? And bring them up to the cool table. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, it's all, bro. Look, that shit gay as fuck, bro. That's all I got to say. But now, that's all I have to say about that.
Protect Swerve at all costs.
Yeah, bro, we're gonna have to protect you. This is the reason why you still on the podcast.
Shit, I was like, I need to get off, bro. Who the fuck am I?
This is hard. That was hard. You know, but you know what? A lot what he's saying is a lot what my dad says. So I can't
protect him from 300-pound stocky niggas. Like,
but
what fuck me up?
Bro, we gotta protect Swerve, bro. We gotta put you on the list next to Nick Cannon, bro. We gotta protect you now.
Well, they gonna have bruisers on this nigga. Bruisers.
Yeah, bro. You about to get canceled by Viacom,
bro. The worst part, I was like, bro, like, as soon as he said all this, pictures just start popping in my head.
What you mean?
Bro.
I saw those niggas he spoke of. I saw every action. I saw it all. And I remember thinking in my head, I'm not a part of this,
bro.
I know.
You know what's
I
funny?
know how to navigate life.
You know what's funny? So when we go to church and everything, like my dad would go to church whenever he did go to church with me as a kid, you know, because when I moved down the South, I didn't go to the same church as my family. Like we all just did our own thing. Like I found my church, my mom did her church, my dad did his thing. It was real weird. We just had our own thing, right? Yeah. And like I'm young, I'm like 10, 11, 13. I just had my own thing. Whenever my dad did go to church with me, he'd be like he would try and tell the pastor ahead of time, like, I'm gonna just chill with my son. And then sometimes like they would be like, you know, you need to come up there. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna go up there. And he's like, I'm gonna go up there. You good? I'm like, no, I'm good. But he was just like, it's no reason for me to be denounced and come up there. I don't know why they keep like, okay. Look like we got Pastor Tillis here. He's just like, all right, come on up here. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm with my son. He's like, no, come up here. He's like,
they were asking the preacher shit?
No, to sit up on the pulpit.
Oh, what?
They just had to get him up there.
They had to every time. It's a thing. Like what you were saying. It's a thing.
In the streets, though.
But I know preachers that be about it. They be just ready. They be like, we got a special guest today. And they be just got the Bible ready and be like, Pastor such and such, like, and get up. And they be ready, bro. They be ready.
I said we got a special guest today.
The Lord has touched this man. The Lord is there with this man. Maybe we can say a few words. Like, he just be up there. And then the pastor just lean back, be chilling. And then they do this.
They always do. No, you're going to do the seat right. You got to do. They always be slumped, boy. I'm like, are you asleep? Are you asleep? I know you didn't ask me for fucking. I know you didn't ask me for $20 bill for me to watch you nap up there. I know you did not behind the damn dark ass shades. I know.
Dude, that is too funny, bro.
Oh, you know what's funny? The reason why I laugh so hard is because I think subliminally, the way Jabron talked about it is how I actually internally felt about it for the long. But I just didn't know how to process it. And I was like, this is it. But now coming out, this actually changed my perspective a slight bit. I would say, I think church is for people who haven't got the basics down to life yet.
Okay.
It is. Okay. It is. Because you know what? If you really lost in them streets, you need to go back to church. Sometimes TV can't do it for you. And it's not only that, you need that vibe, because church has a vibe, and you need that word. And it's one of those things. If you lost and you get there at church today and the preacher is saying what you needed to hear, it's a whole different. You're like, how is he knowing this story?
Hey, that's some real shit though.
And you just feel it.
I can't 100% shit in the church, because that's some real shit.
And it's uplifting.
I'll say this.
I have too. I've lived it too though. I have too.
Church is just like history, from what I've realized. And a history teacher told me this shit. Them books change depending on who the fuck is telling it and how they want to tell the story. Mm-hmm. So you can get some garbage ass fucking preachers, and like they could legit be about it, but it's almost like the people you said earlier who just be going up in there, just bitch ass niggas that don't have guidance, don't have shit, end up also becoming preachers. So they just be saying these fucking words that have no depth or fucking thought or vision behind them. So they just be regurgitating bullshit and just feeding other people bullshit. But every now and then, you get a real nigga that's a preacher.
Yeah, bro. It's some of them out there. But like you said, you hit the nail on the head. It be a lot of them whole ass niggas.
They just go in there and they say shit. Like, to be honest with you, I would say
like Pastor Wilson that we started this series on.
Like Joel Osteen. Whew. I mean, I feel like church boys who grew up to be preachers. Nah.
My mom wanted me to be like that so bad. I just don't get along with those type of guys. I just don't.
And I'm not saying,
it's another form of Hollywood.
You grew up in the church too, though, and I grew up in the church. I'm not saying niggas who grew up Christian. I'm saying, like, you know.
No, I know what you're talking about. They'll be the one. I'd be like, bro, shut up.
Right.
Just be studying like that's their life and be like, ugh, like shut up. Like I don't get along with those types, but like
I
know a lot of people thought I was like gonna be that person, and I don't know how I showed that to people. Like I don't know how people saw.
Nigga, you did used to wear a levitating Jesus. You did. Matter of fact, did anybody else wear a Jesus piece at us? Anybody else? He's still looking at me crazy.
I didn't even like that. Oh, I forgot about that.
So I was wearing Jesus pieces before they was cool. I just had to be that trickster.
Look, the people watching don't know, bro. The nigga Jesus, it was like Jesus on the cross, but there was no cross behind Jesus.
Okay, y'all laugh, but that's still a hard piece, bro. That was still a really hard gold piece. I had.
Dead as shit.
You know what's actually scary as fuck when you think about it? When you take the cross away, bro, that nigga was getting abducted. And it's kind of scary to fucking think about it.
Okay, if I was a famous rapper, I would have had that piece. Every young person would have rocked that same piece. I was ahead of my time. I don't even want to hear it.
That would have been the dopest Jesus art, nigga. Oh my god!
You trying to talk hard about my chain, about my piece? Nobody had what I had.
Y'all right.
Goddamn right.
Come on, bro. I've never seen that shit anywhere else.
That was hard. Ever. Nobody had it, bro. Nobody had it.
Hey, wasn't Jesus like teal or blue or some shit like that? What color was that nigga, bro?
I do not remember him being teal. No, I remember him being gold.
He was gold.
I was just glancing.
It was all quick. Gold, but it was just all gold. Jesus.
This nigga had 11 seconds. I forgot. That's some throwback shit, nigga. God damn.
I actually forgot I had that. I forgot I had that when you brought.
I forgot about that shit too.
I really did. Honestly,
have it just came out. I don't know where it just came.
When I wore some jewelry and everything else. now you make me feel like I'm missing jewelry because I used to wear that. That was a really hard piece.
Probably
right?
are. My mama gave me a random bracelet. She was like, "Here." I was like, "Oh shit, forgot about this." But so there's a plan by the government to look into UFOs. That was something I'm glossed past that one. So in other news,
hold on a second. In the comments, Jessica M. Wood said, "Hey y'all," said, "Hey back." Justin Brown, he said something earlier. He was like, "I make sure to tell all my black people, all my black friends, I know. I tell them to know to watch black people of culture. I'll go ahead and step out." So you'll feel better. He's just, so he left. He left because of you.
Because of me?
Yeah. Damn, because you said you white man. He was the white man.
I wasn't talking about you. Or I mean, I guess it was, but
you was.
You was the hilarious part.
Like you specific. I was talking about all y'all.
Yo, like, but that's such a real thing. He was like, "I'll step out the way." Like he didn't even.
No. The hilarious part is I know for a fact Jabron is probably not looking at the comment section. So he just said, "You white man," but he literally thought he was like, "Oh shit, that's me." I'll see myself.
My bad. No, my bad, bro. I wasn't like just talking about you, bro. I'm like every white man. You know what I'm saying?
See, I knew that's what you were talking about, but
I knew what you were saying. Thought that was... But you got to know, the white friends are cool.
That's funny.
Think about it.
I don't have no issues personally with no individual white people in my life. All the white people that I know personally are cool people. But it's like, and I know y'all not racist, and I know y'all don't dislike me or anything like that. But I'm saying on a subconscious level, because we're all like evolved animals, you know what I'm saying? White people do have a certain built-in sense of security based on the way the system is built. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That don't make you a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. Like, if the world was everybody running shit was black and everybody rich was black and I knew I can get hired just because I was black, I can get away with doing crimes less because I was black, less jail time like black, I would have a certain sense of confidence and entitlement in my position as well. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That doesn't make you a bad person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want y'all to think I don't like y'all. Like, y'all are cool people, but as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just benefit from a society that fucks me over, my people over. You know what I'm saying?
I feel there's two types of white people that are actually really cool with the whole with the black rhetoric, as in like they understand. Two types of white people that actually understand. Those are the KBs and the Justin Browns.
Type shit,
as in,
right?
as in KBs, when you say white people, KB know you ain't talking to him. But Justin Brown, as in when you say white people, he'd be like, my bad.
No, it's like
what else I could do? There's two different types of white people.
White people don't have to be like, I'm sorry. Like, I promise you don't have to. Don't apologize to me, my nigga.
Bro, you was about to roll into what I was about to say. Listen.
Listen.
I think everyone understands. Everyone, including all white people. I think they understand. They may be in denial.
Oh, yeah. What?
But I think they understand. You can't at this point. But Here's the thing. I don't think it's so much as being in denial with everyone for feeling guilty. I think it's denial as in what words I want to look for here. I think it's heuristic.
Yeah.
I think it's something that's so ingrained in their reality. It's like invisible. Like I said, it's fucking invisible.
Right.
Some of them just like it's built into instincts. Like you have that level of security, and it makes a lot of sense why you would, because you can see that even happen right now. You can see the reactions happening through our government. Like it's baked all the way through, and that's what the U.S. is. That's what it is. It's based on, for lack of being right on the nose, white superiority. I mean, that's what it is.
It's systematic racism so deep people don't understand. People don't understand.
It's very deep. But like I said, you can even because it's so deep in your head that if somebody says it to you, your reaction is to either immediately
we need to get out of the concept of
being guilty.
But we need to get out of the concept of feelings, right? We think if it feels wrong, it is wrong. But that's not the case. Systematic racism feels right. And that's the whole point of it. It feels right.
And that's where like I said, that's where the guilt.
No, it feels right to black people because you don't know what wrong is.
You're right to an extent. Yeah, you're right.
You don't know what wrong is because not even to an extent to the full thing. Because here's the thing, right?
I didn't even hear. Wait, what? Can you go back? What did you say? I missed it.
Systematic racism feels right. That's the whole.
Hey, bro, please, can y'all just make some small talk for like 30 seconds? Because I really want to hear what you got to say. But I really got to pee, bro.
All right, go pee.
You go.
So Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot.
Holy shit! Actually, I'll be right back. I just realized my laptop's dying and I never plugged it up.
Okay.
Let's take shifts. You go.
I'll be talking. So Megan Thee Stallion has got shot.
Okay, let's bring that up real quick. So for anybody's clarification, because the headlines see right now with the way they fucking word it, no, do not think that Meg Thee Stallion was shot by Tory Lanez, okay? Because I swear to God, the way they wording this shit, it looks like that because they say Meg Thee Stallion shot, Tory Lanez in jail. No. From what it sounds like Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were together in a car, and maybe somebody else was shooting at them and bullets may have exchanged. I don't know the full details. That could be one side. She got shot in the foot, so the only other thing I could think of is they was in an argument and then he reached over and shot her in the toe. So I'm gonna just go with the other story.
But they said it was glass at first.
Yeah, that's sketch because they're definitely talking about shots now. So, all right. Speedy recovery because Meg Thee Stallion, she been having like a dicey fucking year, man. Like she was having a lot of trials and tribulations. Like if she can make it over all these hurdles, she gonna be the toughest bitch to date. I'm gonna be real with you. She can be the toughest bitch through her record label fucking her over, and the paparazzi trying to make her look like a hoe, and whatever the fuck this shot in the foot glass shit is. She been going through some shit. She been going through some shit that like you only see from like male rappers. She been going through some real nigga shit.
Yeah. Shout out to A-Town. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking hospitalized, getting fucked over real hard at the label. Real hard.
Jay Prince beef.
Real. Prince had to get into the shit.
Like, nigga
shit. Meg been going through some real nigga shit. But
what was you saying, Jesse, though?
Oh, so
yeah.
Here's the thing that people don't understand. So the whole concept. So systematic racism feels right to everybody. That's the whole point of it, right? It feels right. Now, as time goes on and as we get educated, that's where the whole concept, we stop being slaves and we start thinking. This goes all the way back to the slavery, right? Slavery didn't feel wrong to everybody. Slavery felt right.
Yeah.
Now, as we was going further ahead, what also are things, right? Like, think about it when it came to, all right, we're going to merge the schools together. MLK was fighting to merge schools together. That felt right, but it was actually wrong. You see what I'm saying? There's so many things that are, let's hang up things of the Confederacy, right? Let's not have all this justice for police that kill people. Let's give police all this extra power. There's so many things. Let's have all these TV channels, and then have whenever white people get offended at BET, they say, well, there's not a white television channel, and not knowing that every channel was white. Systematic racism is gonna feel right. And we need to think critically outside of feelings. And that's the thing that a lot of people argue that they don't understand, right? And the only reason we can get that is like George Floyd or Breonna Taylor. When something feels wrong, we want to go into it, but it's more than that. We need to focus more on what is right and wrong. That's why some Black people can support Donald Trump, because they get outside a little bit of feeling right and wrong, because they already understand there's already racism on both sides, right? But Democrats pander, so Democrats feel right. That's the rhetoric. That's the story.
100%.
Right. So that's the whole thing. It's not about feelings.
Year for some people, but not everybody. As far as
it's not the feelings, and we need to understand that, and we have to critically think on this outside of things. Like, we don't do that enough. We don't look and see like what's wrong and what's right. We know it, and this is the whole thing. People say like, well, you innately know what's wrong or right. Okay, that's nature. That's nurture over nature at that point. As in, naturally, you know what's right or wrong. But then through the system and nurturing, you're nurtured to accept these wrongs. Just like what you said about a Twitter post, you said kids will tell you not to be their friend, but adults will fake like they have to be your friend. Because we teach kids not to be real. But then when an adult is a fake person, we call them out like something was wrong. When we know in the system, we train that.
That's a real shit.
We also train kids not to, honestly, actually learn.
Mm-hmm. We teach these things, and here's the and we teach it so subliminally. White Jesus pictures in church, right? Auntie Mama, and I can go on. Uncle Ben, we can go on. These things are racist. These are racist, and then white people be like Candace Owens. Oh well, this family love Auntie Mama. Oh well, I got a Black friend, and it's like we're basing off of feelings. These feelings don't mean they speak for every person. Mm-hmm. We need to critically think and break down these right and wrongs.
Not only that, but when it comes to arguments like that nowadays, they're almost pretty much useless, because anybody can go anywhere and get any article that'll, pivot your point. Oh shit, my shit's down.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. Also, it's not even about these like rhetoric of right and wrong. It's just like morally, at the end of the day, we can find an angle of something. But if you truly, here's the thing: love wins. All lives matter. If you truly feel like that, then actually break it down, because it's not based on what you feel. Because nature is unforgiving. Nature rapes. Nature hates. Nature kills. These what naturally happens in nature. So we, as trying to be this open thinking mind of like, we want to be above nature. That's the argument people try and do. We want to be above nature.
You know what?
That's what we're all working for.
I mean, that's the right. And not to derail, but it's crazy that you even say that, because I've been contemplating the nature of people wanting to be above nature lately. And I think, like Komodo Joe said, you should be doing that. I think that's natural to humanity. Because when you think about nature, bro, when you look at nature, nature doesn't give a fuck about any individual life at all.
Don't care.
It cares about balancing the whole. That's the whole thing. And actually, I'll say this: nature allows each individual life to fulfill its own desires, as so far as it serves the balance of nature. Like a cat can kill as many birds as it wants, because that's its job. It's still balancing the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? So
Not only that, but completely with no tools, no help, no nothing. It is technically capped because that cat can only kill as much energy they can put out.
Type shit on some real nigga shit. On some real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And a dog might fuck around, come and kill the cat. You know what I'm saying? But everything can fulfill its own desires as so far as it maintains the balance of the whole and keeps the whole going. But the thing about humans is, I think the reason why we aren't in that alignment of shit is because we're the only creatures that are aware of the fact that we're going to die someday. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the fact that we're aware of our limited amount of time makes us selfish. You know what I'm saying? It makes us care about the individual more than nature.
We go way beyond the parts of what nature allows us and continue it in such a vast way and change it. And we influence it, right? As some people say, we try and act like God. We're going outside of nature. We're trying to do things in nature, and we're trying to find our own moral code of what to do, right?
Well,
now here's a pivotal point. Here's a question for you. Who are those people that say those things about us and technological advances?
You said who?
Who are those people?
A lot of different people. What do you mean?
I mean, people.
Who are those people that say that we are trying to be God?
Christians are the first people to come to my mind.
Christian.
So you mean to tell me?
I know what you're going to say because I was going to hit that. But go ahead and hit that.
I was going to say, you mean to tell me the people that Swerve Cannon said earlier that are led by dare he say it, the bitch ass niggas think it's a bad idea for me to improve and possibly try to start self-thinking, self-empowerment?
I mean, several religions.
I didn't think that's what you was gonna say though.
Several religions do go against self-thinking.
Now listen, that's just a question. I'm not pushing anything here. That was just a question. I just want to know about those people you said that said that's against God's.
I say it's hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? For those people to complain about humans wanting to be like God and play God when your whole religion is trying to be like God. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole entire religion is based on trying to be as God-like as possible. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and the whole, you know what's crazy about that? The whole religion is based on trying to be like God and be as God-like as possible. And God, like we were just talking about, how can I say? Oh, nigga. Okay, look, the religion is based on trying to be as God-like as possible. It's like I can't explain it, but I was gonna say this. It's funny because the serpent in the Garden of Eden is the one who gave the apple, who tempted the motherfuckers to eat the apple and open their eyes to other possibilities. And because when God made Adam and Eve, he made these niggas to tend to the animals and the plants of the earth. He made them to tend to nature. You know what I'm saying? So they was more like animals because animals and nature are all about the whole and tending to the balance. And when they were first created, that's what they was about, was tending to the garden and the animals and the plants. And the serpent is the one who made them realize, oh shit, I'm me. I'm naked. You know what I'm saying? That's who gave, the devil gave these niggas individuality. Well, I can't see the devil, but the serpent gave them the individual
self-awareness.
The self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? The serpent is what gave them, what separated them from the nature and the balance of wanting to be different, of separated from nature, like we was talking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy in the motherfucker. But because if it wasn't for the serpent, we would just be keeping shit balanced like the rest of these animals. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
well, that's why there's a form of Satanism where Lucifer tried to save people, and he was trying to make it aware, and that's why he was cast out of heaven.
I'm gonna read up on it though, because I fuck with it. I read a couple summaries,
and it was like the devil was trying to keep us oppressed, but like, I mean, not devil, the guy was trying to keep us oppressed, and Satan was the one actually strong enough to stand up to the overlord, to the man. He stood up.
But that's like Gnosticism though. Luciferianism and Gnosticism they have a lot in common. You know what I'm saying? And talking about how the God that the Christians praise is the false God of the world, and it's the demiurge, and trying to keep people, you know what I'm saying, praising this false 3D matrix reality. You know what I'm saying? Which I could slightly lend some credence to that, but I don't know.
What the hell are you talking about again?
Man, just check it out. Gnosticism, Gnosticism. It's basically talking about the Christian Jewish God, Yahweh, is basically the devil, and the devil is God. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically saying like this Jewish God has pretty much imprisoned us in this false physical 3D reality to keep us ignorant of our true nature. And the serpent, the devil, as they want us to believe, the evil one, that they want us to think, who's really the light bearer, as they call it, the light bearer, the knowledge bringer. You know what I'm saying? Lucifer is really the one who has our back, and it's like, hey, wake the fuck up. This nigga is trying to keep you in this physical reality, and you're really capable of doing all of this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what Gnosticism is. In a nutshell, I might be a little bit off, but you know what I'm saying? But it's I fuck with it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I'm a Gnosticist, but I fuck with it. You feel me? So I was checking it out for real.
So you're saying that Gnosticism and whatever form of Satanism are kind of similar?
Luciferianism.
Yes.
They kind of have similar ideals. You know what I'm saying?
Just like how Judaism, Christianity, and Islamic belief have similar ideas.
Exactly.
They basically think that basically the roles are flipped. They think that it's a setup for, it's an illusion of control.
Exactly.
I mean, we kind of said that. I mean,
right. I already know you fucking with it. I already know you fucking with it.
And they say, and those religions are older than Judaism. Fun fact. They found artifacts and things like that date further than Judaism.
I don't know if Gnosticism is older than Judaism.
Yes. Because
it's basically saying that Yahweh is a false god and Yahweh is
no. Because the whole thing was like saying Satanism is older than Judaism, as in they found things.
Possibly.
They found things worshiping Satan older than worshiping God. Something to think about.
I know that shit. Yeah, but I could feel it's possible shit. I have to read on that motherfucker.
Well, this is a good episode. This is good. What do you call it?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Huh? What'd you say?
I was gonna say, keep your eyes on Ghislaine Maxwell, everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If this bitch commits suicide, that means
how do you say? How do you spell that again? How do you spell it?
Twice.
That the religions. How do you spell it?
Gnosticism is Gnosti.
Gnosti what?
CISM.
And then there was Luciferianism. I know you know how to spell that shit.
Yeah, just start Lucifer and
right, Lucifer or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You know the name. Don't wear it out.
Type shit.
Thank you, everybody. This is great.
For sure. Appreciate the comments. Sorry, Justin, I wasn't trying to offend you. You know what I'm saying? Nothing personal. I fuck with you. You a good dude. Yeah, man. God bless.
Thank you. This is a great episode. I really dug it. It got deeper than what I expected.
Yeah, man.
Last minute, spur of the moment shit.
Oh, for real.
Also, I just want to read this headline and then y'all can go look it up. Let's see. The headline is Secret U.S. program says that we need to investigate UFO threats.
Look, man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. They're trying to prep us for that bullshit that we talking about in Chapel KV about the fake alien invasion. It's not, I don't believe it. I'm sorry.
About the what?
Fake alien invasion.
Whew. Either way,
send me that link.
It's gonna be a lit future, boys. It's gonna be lit.
Send me that link though, Joe, to that story.
All right. Ooh, it's gonna be lit. Whether they fake or real, it's gonna be lit.
No, it's not, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? When that shit go down, it's the New World Order, nigga.
Exactly, nigga. It's gonna be lit. Exactly.
That's because he's an alien.
You're right. Yeah. That's like his victory. He waiting for that shit to happen. He can finally come out the darkness, come out the alien closet.
Right.
You know what's funny? I was actually thinking of a sci-fi horror, and I'm gonna
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
Joe wearing an alien shirt right now.
Oh wow, what a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Is this art?" It's an alien smoking a cigarette. But is it art? Yeah. But
Gay. No,